a brief history of mostly Star Wars promo cards. So I get a lot of students, aspiring artists, colleagues asking me all kinds of things about promo cards. What are they? What do they do? How you can use them to help promote your work? Do they cost money? Do you sell them? There's all kinds of answers to that. There's all kinds of cool things you can do with promo cards, and I wanted to kind of show you a brief history of some of the mostly Star Wars promo cards I have done over the years. Each one of these kind of has a different story behind what it was, how it came about, and so I wanted to chat about them because I think some of this info might be useful for promoting your own projects. So this was back, man, this was right when Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, came out. This was for Star Wars Insider magazine. So this was already 25 years ago, and this was a piece I did for Star Wars Insider, and it was deliberately for a postcard. It's a legit postcard, but really it's a special offer for subscribers, and had a lot of fun doing that piece. Love Darth Maul's speeder. So that was a promo card for that. You can do promo cards for anything. This was one I had a art showing at this gallery called Rome, and they put this together for me. This also is just a really nice, it's kind of like a postcard, but they don't have to be a postcard. In fact, this is a promo card for Illustration Nation. This was a documentary of my world travels that came out, gosh, a while back. This was 2008, I think. And so that was a lot of fun. This was a promo card from a comic book that I wrote and illustrated in the 90s. And this was put together by Avatar Press. And this is not a postcard. This, you can't put a stamp over her face. Maybe you could, but obviously there's no room to write an address here or anything. And one of the things that they wanted me to do, they printed thousands of these, but they wanted me to sign and number 200 of them to kind of make a nice little exclusive thing. So this can be handy at shows where, yeah, it's a promo card. It's meant to be a freebie giveaway kind of thing. But as soon as you start numbering them and signing them, it can be something special, something exclusive for an event. Of course, this was the first promo card for Aladdin 3477. Put this together shortly after we were filming. So everything you see here was probably within the first year or less when we were filming the trilogy. This was a promo card for a show in Germany, and this was commemorating my 20th anniversary, doing official art. And this was the promo card, and then over here you can see hiding behind here, this is the poster from the show. And super wild. I'm actually celebrating right now my 30th anniversary of Star Wars. All right, so in talking about just some different ways that this can work. So this right here, this was the official souvenir magazine for Star Wars Celebration 2. This was held in Indianapolis, Indiana. I had the pleasure of illustrating the cover of this book. And then you can see this is sealed in plastic. And this actually came with free promo cards of this Star Wars Attack of the Clones 5 random game cards. So this was like TCGs when they first started. This is not too long after Magic the Gathering became such a huge thing. So this is 5 free promo cards that come bagged in this souvenir book / magazine. And then I wanted to share with you, this is Star Wars Insider magazine, and this is the original art that I did for this promo card. So there was a series called Star Wars Illustrated, and it's based on the radio dramas, and I did, I want to say 40 cards for that set, and this was an additional card that I did. This is for the promo card. So I did 40 base cards, but the only way you could get this card is in Star Wars Insider magazine. You can see it up there. And then this magazine is also sealed in plastic. And then the card is also sealed in plastic, double vacuum. And this was a really cool cross promotion that Topps did with Star Wars Insider magazine, because this does two things. For one, people that subscribe to Star Wars Insider magazine, well, now they get this exclusive card that's really hard to get and kind of rare. So that entices people, hey, maybe you want to go collect the card set. Additionally, people who maybe don't subscribe to Star Wars Insider magazine, people who collect the cards, now they have to get the magazine in order to collect the card, and now they get to enjoy the magazine as well. Perhaps they will start subscribing. So a really cool cross promotion between those two companies. And it was cool because the set was a lot of fun, but we were assigned like what the cards were and what we had to do, which was cool. But then I got to choose what I wanted to do for this card. And everyone knows my history with Garandin the Kubaz and why I had so much fun illustrating Garandin. And I got to put in AT-ST Walker in Mos Eisley. A lot of fun. Okay, so next, a lot of times at shows, you will see people handing out trading cards of their cosplay. And this is an official 501st card. I am an honorary member of the 501st, and that is actually me in my Stormtrooper armor. You'll notice my TK number is 3477. That is before I came up with the title for Aladdin 3477, probably before I even knew I was going to do an Aladdin movie, but I had ideas for the story. That's another long story I'll go into in another video. But TK3477, there's a special reason why I chose that number, again, for another time. There's me. I know it looks like my head is just photoshopped on there, but that is actually me in the suit. So there's a promo card. A lot of times people are giving those away. With that idea, I thought it would be fun to do my own Star Wars kind of giveaway promo card that's reminiscent of the old school Star Wars trading cards. I totally grew up with these. I don't know why there's some weird, the colors are getting kind of weird on the text down there. That's kind of neat. I don't know why it's doing that. So these are just freebie promo cards. And it's just kind of cool, kind of old school. It's for me, it's nostalgic, makes me feel like a kid. Love it. Oh, and number 22 is my lucky number. Okay, so now with that idea, and I've got some cool juice I'm going to share with you guys that you guys can use with promo cards to help. Again, the idea is promotion, advertising, getting people excited about your business, whatever it is that you do. So I wanted to do something. Everyone starts doing these trading cards. Everyone's got a trading card now. So I wanted to do, what can I do that's more than that, something even more special? And so I put together this promo card here. And this was very fun to do because this kind of looks like, obviously, the backing card packaging for the old school Kenner action figures. This was for the Star Wars Celebration in London in 2016. And I had to get approval for this to give these out. depending on the show, it's smaller shows. You can kind of make whatever you want and give away whatever you want. But at the official Star Wars shows, you have to get approval for everything. So everything is authorized. And the fun thing about this, not only does it have my art on the front, on the back, check out this promo card. There's a bunch of highlights of my career. And this was really fun because it kind of, with all those funky colors, it kind of looks like the backing cards of the Star Wars action figures. And then they would have play sets down here. And there's, again, me in the 501st, MBRA 7, how it's named after yours truly, Aladdin 3477, and then just lots of Star Wars highlights that I had at the time. So a fun thing to do, to have as a giveaway. Okay. In a way, we're talking about promo cards. Your business card is a promo card. So with that, I'm seeing like this funky red that's like, you see that around where it says Master Jedi? Do you see that too? It's wild. I don't know why my iPhone... Oh, I might know why I'm doing that. The lens on my case is cracked, and I wonder if that is making the reds split up funky like that. Okay, but I digress. So this is my business card, and it looks like, obviously, a credit card. Guess what? On the back, there's my information. It also looks like you could just swipe it, right? So this is a lot of fun, and I'll tell you what, I think this is corny myself. I think this is kind of cheesy, but I can't tell you how many people, not just like fans, but colleagues, people at Lucasfilm, companies I've worked for, actors, anyone that I've done business with, when they get this card, first of all, they have questions, and they just think this is the coolest thing. They think it is so neat. It gets people talking, and people don't forget it. So your business card is a promo card. All right, so now I want to get into the wonderful world of sketch cards. So this is not a promo card. This is an actual sketch card that I did. This is one of the extras that I had that I got to keep for myself from Lord of the Rings Masterpieces 2. Obviously, that's Gollum. So the cards are printed, all printed with this on the back, and then it's got just kind of a blank front. It's got the logo on it, and then artists draw or sometimes paint, and then they are inserted into the set. Now, you're not expected to do anything more than like a quick sketch. Some artists, myself included, sometimes will go the extra mile and really make them nice as kind of like a gift to the fans and to people that support your work. Okay, so this is not a promo card. This is from the actual set. This was something that I got paid to do, and then I got to keep that one. But sometimes there will be, this was a charity organization that had charity art cards. And so they printed, I agreed to do 27 of them, and they gave me a couple that I could keep or give away. So there you go. Now this, obviously, you might look at the quality of this and you're like, hey, wait a minute. That isn't anything like your seal of quality here. Well, when something is given away for free, sometimes you want to be careful because there's a couple ways to think about it. First of all, it's your time. And if you are doing something as good as this, and then you're just giving it away for free, you're kind of taking the value away. Now, having a freebie is cool. And then if you have something where you personalized it, or it's somehow, if you can make it like an interactive experience, that is a good thing. But if you go all crazy with it and then you give it for free, you know, there's the saying, why buy the cow when you get the milk for free? If you give someone this, they're not going to buy another one because you gave them this for free. So you want to be careful not to go too crazy with something that would be given away for free. That said, this here is a promo sketch card from Fan Days 2. This was a show in Dallas, Texas, put on by Official Picks, and they made these really cool cards for the artist there where it was blank inside here. Again, this kind of looks, it's kind of the style of the old school Kenner toys, but they were blank. And then I kind of really went all out and I made these nice. Why did I do that when I just said you don't want to do this and give it away for free? Well, the show was such a great show, and I want to say, if I'm not mistaken, they flew a lot of the artists like myself out. They put us in a hotel, they fed us, they had parties at night, they took us to fun events. They treated us like royalty. It was so nice. The show was so well put on, those fan day shows. Boy, do I miss those. Those were really cool. And so I felt like because they did that, I felt like I needed to give back for the show, and I needed to make, they were making the show really cool for us artists. And so I think us artists felt like we had to give back, and in turn, make the show really cool for the fans, make the the fans want to come back next year. And you know what, doing good things for people, treating your artists well, is for you convention promoters out there. If you treat your artists well, you know what, it pays back in dividends, and then that gets people wanting to come back to your show. Okay, so with that, here is a Star Wars Celebration Japan promo card. Yours truly. Here is one for Star Wars Celebration 5. This was in Orlando. I was wearing nail polish back then. Already rocking the nail polish. This was from London, BB-8. Star Wars sketch card. Okay, now in addition to sketch cards, what they'll have in trading card sets is they will sometimes have what is called signature cards. So this was a card I did for a Witchblade set. I did a bunch of cards for a bunch of Witchblade sets. But this is one, and all we had to do, and we were paid to do this as well. I signed probably 3,000 of these Witchblade cards. Got paid for every single one, which was really, really cool, and I got to keep some for myself. So signature cards is another thing, not worth as much as sketch cards, obviously, because this also has my signature, but this is full-on artwork, where this, I got paid to do the base card, and then that's just a print. The only thing I had to do is sign it, so that's a lot less time. Obviously, this isn't going to be worth as much as a full-on sketch card. So I thought that was really neat. So how can you do this? Obviously, Witchblade did this to enhance their card set, but for promotion, how can you do this to help you and your projects? Well, let me tell you. These are promo trading cards I did for Aladdin 3477, and each one on the back talks about who the character is on front, and then you see that space there, very similar to that space right there. This is so the actors or cast and crew can sign them. So this one can be signed by Brian Dowling, who plays Lochan Shyamalan. Here is Eric Steele, plays Aladdin. So we would give these away at shows, and we also have these people in the Kickstarter get these. Oz Pankatai was one of the people that puppeteered Fiji. Here's John Rick, who plays Bredge. So Hong Kong Trooper, Jolly, played by Cassidy Failing. Red Star, Tom Savage. This is Shropka lifting Aladdin off his feet by his neck. It's an actual shot in the film. Cam Turner plays Shropka. Here is Aladdin's apartment. He's kind of looking out of the hangar. He has like a makeshift kind of man cave in an abandoned building. And then, of course, the Darshana Shailaja. So, signature cards, something to consider. Okay, I got more juice. So these here, this is a complete set, or an uncut sheet of these promo cards from the Star Wars Celebration in Orlando, maybe 2018. I forget what year this was. So this was 4 different cards that I did with artist Lindsay. And these are digital pieces. And we wanted to, there was 4 cards, so we thought it'd be cool to do the women of Star Wars. And this was a really cool promotion put on by Jedi News, which is a popular Star Wars news website. And they had a booth there. So we kind of did a cross promotion where they printed these cards. We provided the artwork. And then what was great is there was 4 days of the show. So fans could get a different card each day by going to the Jedi News booth, and they could get a new card for free. What was great about it is then they could take the card and they could bring it to both my booth and Lindsay's booth to get us to sign them. So it was a really cool cross promotion where people were definitely going back to the Jedi News booth each day, and then it was bringing traffic to our artists' booths as well. You know, a neat thing, well, this wasn't neat, this was awful, but it was a communal thing that was just really special with fans. We had illustrated these months and months before the show. This show happened right after Carrie Fisher passed away. We did not plan this at all, but you know, we designed this card so that Princess Leia has, that's actually, if you look closely, that is Alderaan. And it's just symbolically, it's almost like a crown of Alderaan, you know, the Princess of Alderaan. So, as you can imagine, fans just really, really thought this was special, and it was just something that meant a lot to them. It meant a lot to us. It was very emotional at that show, having lost Carrie Fisher. And this was just a really, when I say it was neat, it was a neat way to connect with fans and also mourn her death. We were just as torn up about it as all the fans were. And again, something we couldn't have planned, but was just an emotional experience all around. As you know, if you're a Star Wars fan watching this, we truly are family, aren't we? So in addition to these cards, they also printed a limited set. Now on the back here, you'll notice that in this uncut sheet, it doesn't say it on the backs of these, but they actually printed, Jedi News, 40, if you look there, this says 22 of 40. They gave me my lucky number, 22. They printed 40. It's hard to tell, but these were actually, I try to get a glare on there to see if I just had it. There we go. These were printed on, I think it's called Lintex board. So it almost looks and feels like canvas. And I think they're a little bit thicker. So this is a deluxe printing. Costs a little bit more. There's only 40 of these in existence. So I have a complete set. Lindsay has a complete set. These are printed on the Lintex boards. I think the Ray one is my favorite. I would just really like how that one came out. I like the colors. I like the composition. I like the way the splatters were. And if you look closely, a lot of people, and then there's Jin. A lot of people don't notice it right away, but if you look closely, you wonder, like, what is this thing cut out here? That's Luke Skywalker waiting for Rey at the end of the movie. So like, lots of cool ways that you can use promo cards. They're usually pretty inexpensive to print, and they work wonders. Okay, I have one more to share with you. So recently, well, I guess this is already maybe 2 years ago, an artist named Phil Stone and I had a signing at a local toy store. This is not just any toy store. It is a nationally recognized store called Sergeant Reds. They're on they're on like TV all the time. And anytime there's a show about collectibles and toys, usually Sergeant Red are on it, giving their expertise. So we had a signing there, and Phil Stone is an artist on, you can see here, Magic the Gathering, Dungeons and Dragons, and more. And of course, you know all the stuff that I do. So it was kind of a neat collab to have us both there, and we had a blast doing it. We thought it would be funny because it's a toy store. If we, I've done so much Star Wars stuff, so of course everyone's like, you should do a Star Wars thing. Yeah. Well, and he's Magic the Gathering, you should do a Magic the Gathering thing. Since it was a toy store, we wanted to do something with toys. We thought, how funny would it be, instead of Masters of the Universe, Masters of Illustration, and then I got to be He-Man. Phil got to be Skeletor. And you know what? I like Skeletor better, but the thing that I really enjoyed about this, there's me with hair. So I enjoyed that quite a bit. And hairy loincloth, right? So this was something really fun to do. These posters were used to promote the event before it happened. And then these posters were also a giveaway at the event where we got to sign them. So I know what you're saying. You're like, okay, yeah, that's great. That's obviously a promo poster, but it's not a promo card. Well, because I designed this and put this together, Phil took the duties of designing a promo card where there I am. And I was jealous because I thought Skeletor looked so cool. So when Phil put this together, he agreed to swap. And there I am. He drew me as Skeletor. And then on the back, there's Phil Stone as He-Man. So this was also done on purpose, left a little bit of space in case anyone wanted us to sign them. We didn't want to be presumptuous, but of course everyone did want us to sign them. So a cool promo card that people could take home. A lot of people wanted to. Some people said they were going to frame them. I don't know if they did. I can't imagine that. But a lot of people wanted to. So when putting them in like a book or displaying them somehow, that way they could have one to show me, and then they could have another one to show Phil. So here's another thing that I wanted to mention about this. When putting together this poster, or again, when putting together a promo card, you have to think about, what is the value going to be? What are you really getting out of this? How much time are you going to put in? If you're not getting paid for this, is it an event where you're going to make a lot of money? Like, you have to kind of juggle all these things, because a lot of time goes into preparing for this event. And we had stuff that we were selling, but we had meetings ahead of time. How are we going to promote this and get radio involved and like all these things that we wanted to do? So in putting this together, I really had to ask myself, would it be worth me illustrating a poster that's given away for free, where I really take the time to illustrate something amazing? The answer is no. I mean, listen, this is a really cool toy store, but at the end of the day, it's a toy store. Yeah, it was cool. People bought things and they met us, and it promoted us and it promoted them, and it was great. It was fantastic. Wouldn't have been worth it to actually illustrate this. And at the end of the day, the idea that we had, this is meant to be funny. So what worked for this was just putting together a quick Photoshop comp, and it is what it is. Would not have been worth my time to do a full illustration that I wasn't getting paid for. Definitely worth my time to put together this fun comp in Photoshop. And it was a good time. It was a great event. And then same for Phil. Phil does really crazy, intricate drawings. You've probably seen on his Magic the Gathering trading cards and illustrations that he's done for all kinds of role-playing games, but he does a lot for Dungeons and Dragons. And so these he put together relatively quick, because anything more than this just would not have been worth the time to do. These are all things that you need to juggle when considering some kind of promo card, some kind of freebie that you can either give away, leave behind. Sometimes you can go into a comic book store or a toy store. They might let you put a stack of promo cards somewhere where people will see them and take them home, or there might be a QR code where they can find your website. All kinds of cool things that you can do. Anyway, thank you for this trip down memory lane. I had fun sharing some of this with you, and hopefully this gives you some good juice, some fun ideas that you can use to do with your own promo cards. And hopefully that will help get people excited, drum up some business, and all the things. All right, that's all I got this week. Of course, I will be back next week with more fun stuff to share. Thank you guys so much. If you haven't already, like, subscribe, all the things. And let me know in some comments. Have you ever done a really cool promo card? Do you have an idea for one? I want to hear all about it in the comments. Let me know. Chat at you guys soon.